Welcome back to the channel. We're on the Sac River today. Gonna troll for some salmon and see if we get lucky to hook into a salmon. It's still a little early in the season, but figured I can't catch them if I'm not on the water and sit on my couch. Today I'm using my Titan rod with pin reels. I'm gonna be trolling double bladed spinners on a wire spreader using about a 6-ounce sinker to drag the bottom, going about 2.2 to 2.8 miles an hour. I really like the 2.2, 2.3 area, but you go up to 2.8. I'm using a 6-ounce sinker to drag on the bottom, and we'll see if we're getting lucky. See if we'll get lucky today. Thank you. Hope we bring you some action. So I'm using my Titan rods today and the Pin Phantom 15s with 30-pound mono on them. Now what you're basically trying to do is you want to drag the bottom with your sinker, and you can tell that by the tip of your rod. If you really can't tell, but basically what you want is a constant bounce like this. What you're doing is basically dragging the bottom. And what the thought process is, basically you're going to roll that sinker over a salmon's head, and you're gonna piss him off, and hopefully by the time he realizes what happened, your spinner's going right around over his head and he hits it. That's what the main goal is. So I'm about 75 feet back on one rod and 100 feet back on the other rod, and we're trolling about 2.9. That's about as slow as I can get to it because the current's going with us, so that's fine as long as I don't go too much above the 3. I still like that 2.2 to 2.4. I just can't get it that low. I could put drift socks on it and slow it down with that or a bucket, but I'm okay with trolling this way. I usually use cut plugs in the Sacramento River. I still think it's too early. Oh, fish on. No, we got snagged. Oh. Oh, it was snags on both of them. Obviously you can hear the clicker. What I like doing with the clicker, if I can't see it, you can always hear the bite. I'm adjusting the trolling motor. That's what I'm looking up forward. What I do is I use my kicker motor to keep my speed. Then I bungee cord the steering wheel to a fixed point and just use my trolling motor to steer the boat. That way my trolling motor will last all day, plus some. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. But like I said, what you're trying to do is basically just keep on that bottom and just keep trolling. I am marking fish. Can't tell if they're salmon or stripers. Usually this stretch I like using the cut plug with flashers, but I think it's still a little too early in the season. There's a fellow YouTuber, local guy, real life fisherman with a reel spelled like a fishing reel. About 2 weeks ago, he just did a video on cut plugs. Great video, great learn how-to video. Go ahead and check his site out, and he gives a really good breakdown on how he does cut plugs. And pretty much I do the same way with a couple changes here and there, but for the most part, it's the same process. It's a great video, so check his page, YouTube channel out. And we'll see if we get anything. I'll get back with you. Well, I'm in about halfway through my first drift and marking a couple of fish, but like I said, I don't know if it's salmon or not. We did have those 2 snag slash hookups. I'm gonna go back there after the end of this. Last year I don't remember there being any snags. I didn't see any snags on the fish finder, so I don't know if we just got into a small little striper school or something. But they both came unhooked and they just didn't act like a fish. You had no head shake or anything like that, so I'm going to lock that, put that down as a snag. But we're halfway in our drift. Nothing yet, but like I said, we're still a little early in the season. Water temperature is 69, 70 degrees. Once it gets down to about 64, 63, I'll go ahead and start running cut plugs, and the fishing should be really picking up. Here in California, it seems like it's a late season. We're about 1 month behind schedule. I have a feeling towards the end of September, beginning of October, it should really pick up, and the salmon will sure start moving in, because they're still outside of the gate still, and they haven't really moved in. They have small groups here and there. If you happen to be on the water when a group goes through, your chances are pretty good at hooking up. So we'll keep doing this. Got 5 fish till about 11 o'clock or so this morning, and just call it a day. And then tomorrow, I think me and a buddy can go sturgeon fishing. And hopefully I get you guys some coverage of hooking up on a couple of sturgeon. So we'll see how the rest of the day works out.